If you eat out in a restaurant, a New Mexican restaurant, they will ask you red or green. And what they're referring to is the chili sauce that they put on their food. My personal favorite is red, unless it's the fall and it's chili season, and then I'll go for the fresh green chili. I went into a market today and I bought some chili powders and some chilies, and I just want to show you the variety because we so seldom see this outside of southwestern US. So in this tiny little market I was able to get fresh chilies. Now these are Anaheim's, these are not Hatch chilies. These aren't the really fabulous famous New Mexico chilies, but these are still nice and they make a lovely green chili sauce. But here you can buy frozen chili, and this is just roasted green chilies that are frozen at their peak. I bought a few of these chilies to bring home and cook with, but I also want to tell you a little bit about the individual chilies. If you're making chili, like, which of these do I use? If you're making a salsa, which one would be the best? By no means is this a comprehensive list. This is only what I was able to find from this one little store, and it was a tiny little store. But it'll give you an idea of some of the more commonly available chilies that you can find plentifully on the internet, and you can also find them in Latino markets. But traditionally, Ancho chilies are short and they're very wrinkled and they're really dark. They look kind of like raisins and they're really mild. So these are lovely. I use them, I reconstitute them with a little bit of vinegar and oregano and put them into bean soups. They're fantastic to make salsas with because they're not super hot, but they have that really yummy roasty chili flavor. Chipotle chilies. Now these are just smoked dried jalapenos, and they have a really, really smoked chili flavor. So if you use these in a sauce, use them sparingly because A, they're very hot, and B, they're very, very strong. And so a little bit of them goes a long way. But if I'm making a pot of beans, if I'm making some sort of like a Mexican soup or something that is calling for beans that has that Mexican flavor, I'm going to put one of these in my bean pot and just let it cook with the beans. They're really yummy. They're really yummy used as kind of a smoky seasoning. Chile De Arbol are commonly available. They're tiny, they're long, they're about the size of your pinky, and they are smoking hot. These make a wonderful salsa de roja, but it's a hot one and it's used very sparingly. And in our house we call it magic sauce, and I love it, and my husband won't even eat it because it's so spicy. New Mexico red chilies are generally mild, but you can find them hot and you can also find them medium. So these guys are really lovely. They have a bright, citrusy, traditionally chili flavor. So if you want to make a lovely chili or a chili sauce or an enchilada sauce, New Mexico red chilies, or even sometimes California chilies are really a good option. As are chili guajillo. So these are my favorite for making red chili sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and make a batch. I'm going to use these, and I'm going to use a couple of these anchos. I like the rich, sweet, raisiny taste of the ancho. It just rounds out that chili flavor a little bit better. But you could also, if you're in a hurry, you can make chili from chili powder. So I have a bunch of different chili powders here. This is a Chipotle chili powder, so it's the same chili as this guy. Really smoky, really hot, but really nice, especially as a seasoning when you add just a little bit into a salsa or into a chili or into an enchilada sauce or into a soup. Chile Molido, this is mild, and Chile Molido hot. So it just goes to show you can get ground New Mexico chilies, mild or hot, and these are both fabulous for making chili, whether you want to make vegetarian or beef or pork. Chile Pequin, now these, they're tiny, they're like half the size of my pinky nail, but they're really lovely very citrusy, very hot, but have a really nice flavor. And these chili piquins are a lot nicer than just your traditional chili flakes that you can find in the store. So if you like chili flakes, you eat them on your pizzas or in your eggs or wherever, chili piquin are really nice. So give those a try next time. And the last one is Chile Ancho. Again, this one's the same chili as the Ancho, but this is just the ground version. And then, if you're adventurous and you're not specifically glued to a certain variety of chili, you can, when you're traveling, you can just pick up stuff like this. Like, I have no idea what kind of chili this is, but I love chili powder and I love experimenting with it. So I grabbed some local red mild chili powder. Now, if you want to make an easy chili, you can put a half a cup of something like this into a pot. You can use, ground turkey, ground beef, you could use vegetables, whatever you would like. Add some garlic, some oregano, and make a delicious chili using just chili powder. But you can do all sorts of cool things with the actual chili pods themselves. When given the opportunity between Greek or European oregano and Mexican, I always go Mexican because it's sweeter, it's less astringent, it's more delicate, it's just a yummier, you're getting kind of close to that camera. It's just a yummier oregano. So especially in Mexican food and Mexican dishes, use Mexican oregano when you can. So I'm going to show you how to make New Mexican red chili sauce.